gonna go out and apologise and say that to him.
Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Welcome to Listen I'm Maiden, baby. I'm Ash from South Wales.
I'm Hunter from New South Wales.
I'm talking like this because we haven't done a pod in a while.
It has been a while, eh?
Because I've been in the hospital.
Mm.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's happened, man?
Viewers, look at my thumb. Look at this shit. Gross, right?
Sure, it's just your thumb.
It is just my thumb.
You're right-handed, right?
That I am. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
Moving on.
Fuck.
Yay.
Yeah.
Just the
Let's just
two
get
of
into it, man. So yeah, this is the Iron Maiden podcast where Ashley, myself, and little Ante over here, we listen to Iron Maiden and, you know, just talk about the good old days.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to do that recently because my life just a big shit show recently.
It's tragic.
Ever since, right? You know what? Ever since Bruce sang the American national anthem, everything's gone downhill.
I think it's connected.
I think so. First off, my football team suddenly was on track to be, you know, the champion this year.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, who do you follow?
Liverpool. After Bruce sang that, we just forgot how to play football all of a sudden. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. Swings and roundabouts and all that shit.
Yep.
Then, in a incident, I thought I broke my thumb. And I was like, oh, this is, maybe I just sprained it or something. I'll just, you know, tape it up, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But over the next couple of days, it was like, looked weirder and
Was
weirder.
there something that you thought you broke it or just like...
No, I didn't think I'd broken it because I'd broken it before.
Yeah.
My left thumb, and it was really, really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But this one, it just felt like, what the fuck was that? And it's funny, right? Because in my life, I've been going to the gym for a couple of years, you know, a long time, and my right hand always had like after I want to do like bench press and shit like that. It's like, I can feel it. Like it's not like wrist pain. I could just feel like a pain in between the thumb and the hand.
Yeah,
Like, what the
yeah.
fuck is that? Like, what? That shouldn't be happening. But I just thought, whatever. Maybe I'm just a little bitch, you know?
Man up.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so that happened, and then I went to the doctor.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, by the way, we live in Japan, right? And you know, my vocabulary of doctor and medical Japanese is not the best, you know. So
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap, right?
yeah, but luckily most of the doctors, you know, they can speak English pretty well.
Yeah, yeah.
And but I went there. I took an X-ray, and then I was waiting, and he called me in, and he just goes, "Tumor." And I was like, what?
Huh?
What the fuck? What are you talking about? I thought it was
It's a baby.
yeah,
No.
yeah. I thought it was a sprained thumb. But he's like, no, you got a bone tumor. And I was like, what the fuck is a
the-
bone tumor? Never heard of that before.
Yeah. That
Right?
sounds... That'd be like, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I was
bone-
really surprised. I was like, and I looked at the X-ray. It's like it was freaky as fuck. Like, did I show you the X-ray?
No.
Oh, let me show you. Like, it's like, well, I don't want to show the viewers because, you know, it's kind of private, whatever. But like, look at Ante's reaction.
For a sec, I thought you were actually going to bring out the X-ray. And
That's my thumb.
yeah, that's a...
You know what I mean?
We're looking at
Yeah, zoom in. Look at that.
that, right?
Yeah, that thing.
Like I said, we're not going to show it, but I definitely looked at it and went, it's this, right?
Yeah,
There's
right.
no
Yeah,
missing that,
What
man.
the fuck is that, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so my thumb's all strapped up and shit, and like so, yeah.
If you use that as like a heavy metal single cover, what would you name it? For what song?
Thumbelina goes on a mad one, whatever. Look at that, that's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a growth.
Right?
Yeah.
It's I don't know what
And you can't miss, that's definitely bone.
it's the bone. It's something attached to the bone. It's a bone tumor of some kind of, but they don't know exactly what it is. I think it's like an encromonda or so. I don't know what the hell if I pronounce it. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, fucking hell.
It's from hitchhiking too much.
Possibly.
I don't know.
On the roads. Because I'm talking about the road. That's where we go. You could hitchhike in Japan. I seen a foreigner guy hitchhiking once here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, fair dues, mate. I mean, it's pretty safe, isn't it? But you're not going to get a lot of people
You can
stopping.
take your chances in any country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in your fucking country, Australia.
No way, man.
What was that Croatian guy? Right?
His nephew got done not long ago. I think.
Yeah, I hear that. I think he was like, my uncle's a killer, so I'm going to do it too.
Oh, yeah. Just keeping it in the family.
Wanker.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so I went to the hospital, had an MRI, and they're still like, we don't know what the fuck it is, but we'll scoop it out. So next week I got to go to hospital, have a surgery to get it removed. So I've been a bit preoccupied from Iron Maiden and other things.
Yep.
So apologies for the gap, guys. I was trying to get one, but it's just like I've been busy doing all this other stuff, whatever. I can still talk though, so it's okay. But I can't.
Thumbs up for that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen because like once they do the surgery, like it might get. They said it might be complications or whatever, blah blah blah. So
anyway, back to the music.
I'm with that.
Yeah. But then I was like, okay, it couldn't get any worse than this, right? Now, when I went to the hospital, you have health insurance, right?
Yeah.
And recently in Japan, they've changed to this thing called My Number.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when I got the card, they give you the card in like this plastic cover, which covers the details, right? So I put it in my wallet, but like, my hands all messed up, right? So when I went to pay, I couldn't get
it out.
out. So I was like, I had to yank it out and I got it. I did it, but then I couldn't get it back in. So I put it in my bag.
Yeah.
And then what must have happened is that when I left, I must have like taken my wallet out and it just kind of fell on the floor. So I fucking lost it, didn't I? And it's a whole ordeal. Yesterday I had a day off. So I was like, I'll go there, do it then. So I was like, excuse me, I lost it. Can I just... So I had to pay some money and all this other shit. I got to wait about a month and a half to get it.
Well, yeah, okay.
Anyway, when I get home yesterday, there's a fucking letter, isn't it, in the letterbox from the police.
What?
Hello, we found your My Number card.
Oh!
I've already cancelled it, so it's fucking useless. So I still have to go pick it up, though. So it's like...
Timing, huh?
Not having a good one.
No.
But luckily today, we're going to listen to Nicko McBrain talking bollocks.
We're back!
Cheer us up, Ante. What have you been doing?
Me?
Tell us what you're DJing.
Been DJing, yeah.
Ante is a DJ.
Yay.
Wicka, DJ Eddie.
No, but the best was, I think I was mentioning to you, he had friend's anniversary, Norbu. So he's been running his bar for about 14 years.
That's right.
So, yeah, good DJ session, me and another friend, and till about, got home at about 5:30, and then had 2 hours of sleep, then had to be up for my kids' undokai. How would you say undokai?
Sports day, I guess.
Just a sports day. Yeah, so I had to be up and ready, and I literally got up, looked at my wife and went, I think I'm still drunk.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to get through a hangover, though, because while I was there, I transitioned into a hangover.
Yeah.
Then got home and just went to sleep. That was a struggle.
But do you remember your sports day?
Yeah.
Like in the UK, we just do like Olympic sports.
Yeah.
Here, they do like balance on a chair.
Right.
Like walk in a line. And it's kind of like, it's actually, maybe it's better because it's just like, they're all like together doing like, it's not like a race thing or whatever.
And my daughter had to do some performance dance thing too.
Yeah, there you go.
They did the donut dance.
There you go, donut dance.
And she's always usually good at practice, and then on the day she'll just cry and do nothing.
Got it.
She was in this time. She was there.
Well done, little daughter.
Nice.
Anyway, lads, thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you to the Patreons and anyone that supported the podcast. We will be getting to X Factor in the near future, guys. But like I said, I don't know what I'm going to be, if I'm in the hospital and all that kind of stuff in the near future. What's going to happen. So I might be out for a little bit. So just please bear with us. We will be back as soon as possible. Even if but it's my thumb. I can do shit. So but I don't know if I can.
And I might be going overseas. So.
That's right. So we might be a little bit of a gap.
Yeah.
So today we just thought we would listen to the Listen with Nicko box set recordings of all the B-sides that we've listened to.
Yeah.
And I just did a big cut. Just got to the funny parts that I think are interesting.
Nicko, funny.
Yes, that's right. Very, very funny.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, we'll probably get to one more live album and things like that. And like I said, just a couple of chills while I prepare for the X Factor because there's quite a lot to go into and a lot of stuff to find, juicy details and all that kind of stuff.
Big change.
Yeah, I think there's a very big change. But it's good laugh, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
This podcast is a laugh to do. And we thank you for all your support. But anyway, let's crack on with Listen with Nicko, part one for us, but it's like part 1 to 6, basically.
All right.
Up
So
in-
you've done the Ash edit.
I have.
Nice.
I've got to the parts.
What-o, said a ting.
Right. The intro, Porto said a thing. I don't know what he's referencing there, but the thing, I'm sure everyone's the same, but like British people love referencing a comedy of their generation, even like 20 years past the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck you on about? Oh, you've never seen it? I was like, no, of course, I'm bloody, I was born in 1989. I haven't seen that shit.
Or just dad jokes.
Yeah. Well, Nicko has a lot of dad jokes in these things. Let's check them out.
Hey, what are you doing, you lot out there? Gosh, I guess you are now the proud owners of the very first little box set of the re-released singles from Iron Maiden.
All right, yeah. So this comes from the first 10 years box set.
Yep.
So I think it's 10 CDs and 12-inch singles. But it's like a spoken word track in which drummer Nicko just tells the history of the songs. And it's funny because like he came into the band Peace of Mind.
That's right, yeah.
So all the singles before that, he's just kind of like saying stuff that reading off a script kind of thing. And then when it gets to like the stuff that he was involved in, he's like, "We went on a big piss up," and like, it's like I want to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
You know Harry Harris, right? He had a band called Gypsy's Kiss. He's disgusting, isn't he? You know what that rhymes with, don't you?
What does that rhyme with? Gypsies. I think it means take the piss. But no,
That's the closest I can think, but yeah. What
Right.
else could it mean?
because Cockney rhyming slang. Gypsies kiss. I'm not sure what I'm thinking is take the piss but I'm not sure. But the way he says it's like quite rude, isn't it? But I was like, what does he mean?
Guys, if you got another thought out there, let us know.
What does he mean?
Well, if you don't, I'm not going to tell you anyway, so there. He had this song called Burning Ambition, which I suppose was a real sort of drive for Harry then, because he was, full of ambition to get this.
We listened to that song, Burning Ambition.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a pretty good song. I like it. Yeah? Paul, man, but they say that you know me.
And he was in this band, Gypsy's Kiss. Well, they were, because they couldn't handle this song. And
See? Well, they were. I think it's piece of piss, maybe? Oh, I don't know. Or like something piss. Because, he says that. He said, Gypsy's Kiss. Well, they were.
You're right, problem. Piece of piss. Sounds more like it.
But piece of piss means easy, right?
Right.
So, something piss. I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
It's annoying me. I'm like, what does he mean?
they turn around and say, Harry, all these chord changes and time changes is he's famous for. I should know. Come on, give us a break. So he took the song to the band and they've gone, oi, Harry, Gypsy's Kiss off, will you?
See? Piss off, right? Gypsy's kiss off. But is that the same one he meant earlier? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
like
a mystery. It's a mystery.
Yeah, I can't play that. And he said, oi, I've had enough of this and I'm going to go and find some people that can.
Like this accent, this really like Cockney accent is kind of going now in modern England. There's a lot of variations of accent. Someone keen.
Funny enough, around this time, it was the very first gig I ever did with Iron Maiden. No, not actually playing with them, like as a band, a full band. I played in a band called McKitty.
McKitty. I think the guy's name was McKitty.
And these guys in McKitty, a guy called Donovan McKitty and myself.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank God, because McKitty. McKitty. Would you like to touch McKitty?
We did a gig in Belgium. And it was, in fact, not a lot of people know this, but
So this whole series is not a lot of people know this by Nicko. But at the time, I'm sure not a lot of people knew this.
Yeah.
We've already watched the documentary, so we know a lot of it.
it was, in fact, Maiden's very first European gig. How about that? And I was there. So there. Stuff that up your kin pipe and smoke it, right?
Right. Him saying that to me, though, is like, he's not the original drummer.
Yeah.
He's technically like in the band of when they're going, like second drummer. So people always are like, Clive Burr's better. And in a way, the way Clive Burr plays Number of the Beast album is just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But, you got to have some, like, oh, fuck off. he's not the original drummer. So
I would never give him crap about being in like the second drummer or the
but he must have had it the way that he replies here, saying like,
there's always somebody.
Stuff it up your ass, whatever, you know.
So there you
Like I was there back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
go. I was really privileged to be there, and that's when I really first met the band, and we got on so well. We had such a riot. What can I say? I was in a band called Trust around that period of time, and
French band.
in fact, the boys, we came out with Iron Maiden on their Killers tour of Great Britain, and not a lot of people know that either. But we had a great time. We did about 3.5 weeks with the band, and we had a serious. It was great. I know that not a lot of people know this.
So like, it's a French band with a bunch, French guys who famously do not get along with English guys.
Right.
And you got that maniac on drums. Oh, mate, all right, that's a good song, isn't it? That one, like, you can imagine, like, we could get along with him
How could
properly.
he communicate with them?
Yeah, I guess they spoke English.
Yeah, but Nicko, I can understand the lack of communication when he was in Japan. That's hilarious.
I guess the band, they must have spoken English, but like, good luck with his English.
Yeah.
I even didn't know this, and I'll admit this. I did not know this. All right, I'll say it again. I did not know this. Purgatory was originally called Floating.
Yeah, the song Purgatory from the second album, Killers, was called Floating.
Floating.
Terrible name.
Yeah. Do you like floaters?
We need like the Who sound effect. Yeah! CSI. You like floaters? Yeah! CSI Japan. That would be shit though in the CSI Japan.
It would be.
Like
Shit.
No, because there's not much crime.
Oh, still in floaters.
Who's the new? Like my brother and I still send each other CSI Miami, that dickhead taking his glasses off. Like the woman was crushed by a pancake machine. Oh yeah? Well, we better bring some maple syrup. Yeah! Like, you know what I mean? Good times.
And it was part of Iron Maiden's live show between 76 and 77, would you believe? It was originally played at a very much slower tempo than what it's been played at on, past excursions, so to speak. Well, Steve,
See, this is funny because like he doesn't have any first-hand experience of this stuff.
Yeah.
He's just like reading off the notes and trying to like make it interesting.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you can tell that he just doesn't whatever.
he likes to play a little bit faster, he does, see.
Oh, does he? Steve likes to play fast? That's news to me.
Really?
Ooh, I like that too. And
Yeah, we know Nicko. we really know. Adrian knew.
he decided, he said to the man, look, I like, don't like this song. You like it too, don't you? That's true. Well, they had to, didn't
Yeah.
And so, anyway, they rearranged it and beefed it up for the Killers album. And C'est la vie, or As It Is, C'est quoi, or Say What, there it is. Purgatory. As it happens, at the right tempo, boom. Anyway, Maiden Japan. What can you say about this actually?
Made in Japan. We listened to that. Very good concert.
Yep.
This came out in 1990. So, what was acceptable in 1990 is not acceptable today. Let's see what he says.
Okay.
It was recorded on the band's very first Japanese tour. And the actual Japanese version of this record was titled Heavy Metal Army. And there was no equivalent words in the Japanese language for Maiden Japan. Oh,
Yeah, because it's a play on words, right?
Yeah.
It's very hard to like translate. It wouldn't make any sense, right?
I would have thought they should have just said it, Maiden Japan. And
Made in Japan.
way on a Japanese sleeve it said "Pray Round." Jeez, Pray Round. It don't take a degree in
To be fair though, like when I came in Japan and you start studying Japanese, like, well, this is quite difficult from the beginning.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh wait, this makes total sense. This character means this. This sound always means this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like hiragana you always read it that way. The kanji is a little bit whatever, but like the meaning. You just look at the meaning of it. But with English, it's like one letter, play and pray, is completely different meaning.
Yeah.
But the sound is almost the same.
And the L's and the R.
Right?
I've told you the Coke story when I was
Yeah.
on the Shinkansen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's,
You know what I mean? It is. It's not easy. You know, it is. It's very hard.
Yeah.
He does a couple of these jokes, and a lot of them I just don't understand. So I
Are these
cut
just
them
not
out.
in the script? Or
Yeah,
just
no, I don't know. Maybe.
If the answer to the question is my cock wobbling, what's the question? What's that in my arse, Batman? The rod and the...
I don't know if the joke's funny or him telling it is funny.
Him telling it, laughing, the way he laughs, but you know,
yeah.
my cock's wobbling. What's that in my ass?
boys asked.
A lot of gay jokes back in the 90s.
They were okay back then.
Yeah. A lot of good ones, though.
The local radio station who asked for ballroom dancers to come up and feature in the video.
Yeah, for Number of the Beast, right?
They did. Phew, pretty good, wasn't it? By the way, it was my... I was still with Trust at that time, and we actually did a 10 or 12 date... I think it was 10 dates of a European tour with Maiden on the Number of the Beast tour when they were in Europe. And just so after this, a couple of months after this period of time on the tour... the band did a Belgium TV show, and this was in fact my very, very, very first performance with Iron Maiden. Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah, so I guess, Clive was not available, whatever, so Nicko stepped in. I'm not taking over, I'm just filling in for one gig.
Yeah.
Played Number of the Beast, I guess it was. I think it was Killers and Run to the Hills, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. I was just off the cuff, so, It's not like I was practicing them every night, every day for, like, months and months.
No.
I might have been wrong. And then again, too bad if I am. So what you going to do about it? Take that. So...
It's getting angry again.
Hitting the mic, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. Oh, gosh. Oh, my microphone! First place we went to was a place called the Traveller's Rest. Dear Tony Wiggins, our tour manager, he told us all about this place because he checked it out before us. He said, here, look, you've got to come in this place before we go. Instead, the first thing we did, got off...
So, he's talking about the Bahamas, but he confuses it with the Jersey Islands, where they recorded. Because, like, he said, like, I was in Jersey, but then he does an accent where you're like, that's not a Jersey accent.
Yeah.
Off the plane, picked the suitcase up. Hello, they said, how are you? We're fine. Okay.
See what I mean?
It's pretty good, though.
It's pretty good. But I was like, when he said Jersey, I was like, that doesn't sound French? You know what I mean? It was like weird, but yeah.
So we go through, get in the cabs, off we go. Traveller's Rest. Stopped in the Traveller's Rest. You've got to have a banana daiquiri, says Tony Wiggins.
Right, banana daiquiri. When I heard this story back in the day, and I went, anytime I'd go on holiday somewhere, I would always order a banana daiquiri because I'm not a drinker.
Yeah.
But like, I just want to have a cocktail at the, on the beach, whatever. And I always, can I have a banana daiquiri? And I'd be like, that's what Iron Maiden guys drunk that one time. But it wasn't that strong. So the one
One of those dangerous drinks, though, right?
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
hard to tell if...
Yeah. But the ones, the way they talk about it was like, Bruce said it was lethal, but my one was not that bad.
We know, all right, let's have a drink. Have a banana. What's this banana, Jay? It's a puff drink.
What is this banana daiquiri? It's a puff drink. Puff means homosexual in the UK.
That's what I call most cocktails. I still enjoy a good puff drink, though.
Yeah. Puff is a funny word because like one of my favorite shows is called the League of Gentlemen, and it's weird. It's like a horror weird. It's whatever. This couple is brother and sister.
Yep.
But they kill anyone that's not local.
Oh, okay.
They don't like non-local people. So the police officer comes asking him, and he's like, he's looking for a boy. Puffed her, eh?
Looking for a boy? Puffed her, eh? Little bummer boy. Come across your type before in the forces. You won't catch me when my trousers down.
So I don't know why, but he's got tape up his nose or whatever. Yeah, it's just the way he says that.
Hooray!
Yeah, this is one of my favorite shows, but like, it's kind of a secret because, like, anyone watch it now will be like, "What the fuck?" It's funny because it's terrible,
Yeah,
But yeah.
So there we are. We sit at the bar, and there's 5 puffs sitting at the bar. Us. Drinking these daiquiris.
All right, thank God he said us there.
Yeah.
Like I said, right in the day of, like, what's the word, like PC culture and all that kind of stuff. Like, you and I grew up probably like before that stuff came in. And like, you know, when I was a kid, I definitely said all this kind of stuff. But like, you know, it was weird because like I didn't hate gay people. I didn't hate anyone. But for some reason, from the age of like 12 to 16, being accused of being gay is like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Because it's, at that time, you're like noticing girls and stuff. So you're like, I don't want to ruin my chances, you know, with these, whatever the psychology is, you know.
Yeah.
But if you were gay, fuck, it must have been rough growing up because you got to keep it a secret and stuff like that. And it's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
The more the generations go back, the more, like you just said, look at my dad when like recently went back to Australia and said, how you going, mate? And give him a good slap in the ass for a joke. Just the look on his face was like, my son just slapped me on the
I know, yeah.
Horrified.
Yeah. Did you know that Nicko said Puff on a 1990 box set? Cancel him. We need him out of the band, you know?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
No. So, when first one goes down, we thought, fucking great. Nothing to it. Let's have another one. Fucking second one goes down. 15 minutes later, we're on a third
Banana daiquiri.
banana daiquiri. Now, we're talking serious alcohol here, but you don't taste it because it's a frozen drink. It's bunged in a blender, loads of ice, Todd Hunter's banana liqueur, banana roll to the tree, and lots of whizzing about the various parts, and it's stick in a glass and stuff it up with a straw. For about 3 of these, as I said later, quarter of an hour goes by, half an hour, we try to stand up and leave. I mean, it was like, you know, where we going? We were gone. Man, we spent many a night down that place, but only after. Oh, we did have a party after we actually recorded Fight of Icarus. We went out down the pub and tried to get it together. The next day, it weren't happening. But we went out and celebrated the first single being we recorded it. But just before we did this, before we recorded the song, Steve said to me, he said, I think we ought to speed it up a bit.
Flight of Icarus. Steve wanted to, speed it up. Ridiculous.
I said, I think it should be a bit fast. And Dave and H Bruce and H, had written this song, and they were like very adamant about the tempo of this thing. They didn't want it sort of speeding up or anything like this. So I said, yeah, just play it a bit faster. I said, yes. I said, no, on that, sit up, don't worry. Okay.
See, Steve is all like, play it faster. It's much better. I would argue rather Steve likes to play faster because his runs are easier to play when you play them faster.
Yeah.
It's harder to play slow, actually.
So we get in the studio, and we rehearsed it. We've done it once or twice, and it was, happening, but not. So I thought, I'll boost it up a tad. I'll pump it, So I'm out there, boom, out we go. Kiss back in the gym. And Bruce, Dave and H going, Nick, what are you doing? I said, nothing. And I thought to myself, oh, there we go. The new boy in the band. And I think, he's only been in the band in 2 months. And here he's speeding everything up,
Yeah, he's only been in the band 2 months and he's already speeding everything up, which he continued to do for the rest of his career.
Anyway, as it turned out, it's great, wasn't it? It was a really good song.
Yeah, Flight of Icarus is awesome. Do not speed it up. The whole groove is in that.
Yeah.
Did you hear one about the queer shepherd? No? Well, he kept mounting goats.
All his jokes are about gays.
Earlier on, I was thinking of trying to think of, we had the Bleeding Bodge Up Company.
So he talks about the BBC, the Bleeding Bodge Up Company. So he doesn't like the BBC. So he's trying to think of an abbreviation of them, whatever, acronym, whatever.
Which we all know who that is by now, right? Now, there was another company that I sort of mentioned prior to this little speech I'm giving to you now. And I won't actually tell you who it was, but the abbreviation of this, I suppose you'll get it from. But I thought we could call them the Mighty Tight Vag. What do you think?
Wow. Yeah.
Whatever could that be? The Mighty Tight Vag.
We were on stage in Allentown, Pennsylvania one evening, and this was in the Peace of Mind tour. When this although it was released on the back of a Power Slave single, it was actually recorded on the Peace of Mind tour. And I was doing a drum solo at
the classic story of Mission for Mary.
Oh, okay.
Some cunt's recording this.
new boy in the band, do a drum solo, Nick, get on with it. So he sent this guy round to tell my drum tech to tell me to extend my drum solo because he weren't ready. But he didn't tell my drum tech, or his tech didn't tell my drum tech. He told this guy who was sitting at the back of the gig, who was one of the riggers, a guy called Paul, who's no longer with the band. I wonder why.
So the way he says that is like, he still holds a grudge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's still pissed off about it, kind of thing. You know?
No.
And to be fair, you know, being poked in the back by a stick, whatever.
While you're performing.
Yeah. And Steve is like, well, he's from me. Like, I think Steve's a bit in the wrong there. He's like, what the fuck? What's he supposed to do? Like, he can't hear him. He can't.
Yeah.
Like, Nicko says, if he had just come up to my drum tech and he told me, it'd be no problem. So, you know, I'm on Nicko's side for this whole thing.
Anyway, he said to him, tell Nick to extend his drum solo. So I'm playing. Piece of
It's an exaggeration, really, but, you know, we get it.
soup, you know, all that shit. And I get a tap on the back, and this guy says, oi. I've gone, what? He's gone, oi. Hey. I've gone, what? He's gone, hey. And he's pointing to Steve. I've gone, hey. He's gone, hey. I've gone, what? He's gone, hey. He said, fuck off. Jesus Christ. He made me fuck.
So sometimes, right, the way these guys say things,
Yeah.
he made me mess up,
Yeah.
he made me fuck up,
Yeah.
but he just says, he made me fuck.
Anyway, what could I do? I stopped. I've gone absolutely wally. So I've come off the gig anyway. And make the long story even longer. I've come off the gig and I've gone in the dressing room and I said, that fucking geezer at the back of the gig, what the fucking hell's he think he's doing? There he is, he's giving me all these verbal signs and all this stuff, right? I said I couldn't understand him. He was sitting about 3 feet behind me. Instead of coming up and shouting him a luggo, and Harry said, I sent him. I went, you what? He said, I sent him. I said, what the...
Yeah, like, I sent him. Like, it was like, yeah, okay, but you don't know that he's poking me in the fucking back with a stick, right?
Fucking hell do you think you're doing sending him round to give me messages? He said, well, I had to play a bit more and need a bit more time to change my bass thingy, me bob. And I said, I didn't care about that. This geezer made me fuck.
This geezer made me fuck. Like, this cracks me up every time.
He said, well, look, you better go and apologise to him. And I said, fucking right I am. I'm fucking apologising to him. He made me fuck. He said, so...
The more he says this, it's just funnier and funnier.
That's the argument. We argued for about 15, 20 minutes, and it all calmed down, and Bruce came in, and he got a bloody cassette in his back pocket, and he said, oi, Nick, what would happen if he tried to tell you the lighting truss was going to fall on your head? And I said, don't you fucking well start. And Harry says, yeah, he's got a good point, hasn't he? So we started the argument again, and Bruce recorded it. And
What's funny, though, is that by the recorded version, they've already kind of calmed down a bit.
Yeah,
I want to hear the initial, like, Nicko.
Build up.
Cause you probably said some stuff that probably couldn't release, but it was fucking brilliant.
And then at the end of this mission from Harry, you'll remember Harry says, he grabs the tape off him. Just before he grabs it, he sees his tape in his pocket and he's going, Sam, recording this. And then, so we got the tape. And that's basically how that all happened. Oh, yes, just a little joke for you before I leave. Have you heard the one about the two queers? They were fighting over a manhole.
Another joke, another gay guy.
So Steve and I flew out of Miami.
When Nicko is actually there, he's not like saying, well, this was recorded. But he's like, this is what happened. I prefer these stories much more.
Heathrow, and it was
Heathrow.
Sunday. Well, it was a Saturday when we left Miami. It was a Sunday morning when we arrived. So we got absolutely smashed to smithereens on the plane, right? Gets off the plane, staggers through customs. Aye, excuse. Oh no, oh, goodness gracious, excuse me. Would you come over here?
What accent is that?
I believe it's either Indian or Pakistani. Probably more Indian, though.
This guy said to Steve Harris, he's looked at me, he said, what did I fucking tell you? He said, I fucking tell you, every time I go through the fucking customs, I'm the straightest one out of the band. I don't fucking smoke. Well, he does drink. But
Yeah, he's like, he doesn't get involved in any of that stuff, but still gets, pulled over every time.
whatever, I'll get a nicking all the freaking time. Murphy's Law, there he is, customs man. What goodness, can I over here, please? Where have you just come from? Harry's gone, well, look, not that it's any of your business. Well, no, he didn't say that, but, I mean, he should have done. And he would have probably got out of there quicker. Anyway, he didn't. So the guy said, what do you have in this here bag? And Harry said, it's a dim video. What do you think it is? What does it look like? Where did you get this from? So, I don't know, I got it in the States. Somebody said, do you have a king receipt? Harry said, I fucking don't. He said, oh, goodness, I have you. You are Nick, that preferably up the creek shit with the paddle no.
You are nicked. Yeah, I don't know why we say that, but like in the UK, I say you're nicked. You know, you're nicked. It's like.
So he's standing there. An hour and a half goes by. No, it wasn't quite an hour. No, I lie. I kid you not, though. It was about 1 hour 15 minutes because I timed him. Well, you know, I don't know when I started. I know I was pretty close because, as you know, boys and girls, the licensing laws in England prevent you from having a liquid libation after 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, in the afternoon and the morning. But we wanted to make it to the pub to have a pint of real beer because we've been starved. We've been drinking them puff drinks down in Nassau, which I told you all about, remember? By the way, it was Nassau Bahamas and not Jersey where the travellers...
There we go.
Yeah, you go back to that. Yeah.
So, there we were, standing at customs, an hour 15 minutes. I said, he comes out, he's gone, King, don't believe this. He said, did you see what that geezer was? I said, well, no, I just saw your feet underneath. I kept looking, I thought they'd run away with him. I was going to call out the dogs and everything. You know, get on the phone to the lawyer. Here, Harry's been arrested or something. He was standing there for around 15 minutes. So we gets in the limo. Mind you, we got to go to Gatwick to get a plane to Jersey. So we thought we got enough time to stop off in the proverbial boozer. So we said, yeah, fair enough. So the
tells you a lot about American beer, where two British guys are like, they've only got like an hour or two to catch a flight, but they're like, we got to get a real pint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You're a beer drinker, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of American beer?
See, I'm not like a big connoisseur or anything.
Okay.
It's just like...
Yeah, it's famously not that good, right? But Japanese beer is pretty good.
Heard, but yeah, exactly. I'm not complaining here.
Yeah, it's quite good.
The limo guys going, I don't know if you're going to make this. It was like 1 o'clock when we left Heathrow. So we said, yes, we will. If you put your boot down to the floor, we can get down the pub. So we did. We got to the Devonshire Arms, just on the Talgarth roundabout down there on the old A4.
See, he knows exactly what that pub is and all the details of exactly where it is. Can't remember, like, is it Bahamas or Jersey, you know?
So we popped in there, as a quick swift half. Then it was a pint. Then it was a pint and a half. Then it was 2. They were all in 1 pint glasses, mind you. Harry's on the phone to the wife. Got here all right. He says, 1:10. So we, 20 past 2. We got a 4 o'clock plane to catch at Glasgow. Oh, you wish. At Gatwick, see? Guy says, I think you better leave if we're going to make the plane. We said, okay. Got to take a beer with us, governor? This guy, Michael, and his wife, I don't know, they're not there anymore. So he says, yeah, look, take one of these flagons. One of them little flagons with about 4.5 pints of beer in it, little plastic jobs. Carry out. So we got in this car, proceeded to go to Gatwick. Got on the plane to Jersey. Gets on the plane, opens up this bottle, don't we? The pair of us, sitting right at the back of this 727 or whatever it is, DC-9.
Okay.
Isn't that back in the day, you could...
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Just get a flagon of beer onto the plane, right? And it's funny because, Steve's involved with this, right? It's him and Steve, right? So you're like, oh. Like, I wouldn't say I had the image of Steve being, like, totally professional, but, like, he definitely was. That's why, I'm sure they have a good relationship.
I'm also picturing this as, like, by now, room temperature beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
There we are, gargling back the old liquid nectar. Girl comes up, she says, I'm sorry, you can't do that. We said, fucking too bad, what you going to do, throw us off? She said, I'll fucking have you arrested. We said, go ahead. We're having our drink anyway. We'd have finished after this. We were faced. Gets off at Jersey. Yes, you've guessed it. Got done over by customs, the pair of us, didn't we? So there we are, standing there. Hello. What you been up to, you naughty boys? We just had a couple of beers on a plane, governor. Yeah. Well, that took you a little bit of time to get pissed. It's only an hour flight. We got on the plane in Miami. Okay, he says.
Yeah, technically they did, right? They got get on the plane to Miami, from Miami to London. They stopped at a pub, and then got a flagon from there, and then jumped on another plane there. So, like, what a session.
Let's have a look in your bag. So we got turned over again. That night, we carried on drinking. A whole 48 hours worth of boozing. Harry comes home. I threw the towel in at 12 midnight. I couldn't handle it. We went to this place called L'Auberge in Jersey. Man, we got faced there. I mean, we was gone when we got there. So I've thrown a towel in at 12 o'clock. Harry's come back. Must have been about 2:30 in the fucking morning. How he done it, I've no idea. 5:30, I've got to go and have a word with the governor on the big white telephone. I'll be back in a minute.
The governor, the wife.
Yeah.
Now, we know that in the next album, Steve is going through a divorce. And, you know, it's like, I don't know the reasons for that. Because I think his wife was pregnant at this time.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like, maybe Steve is not as nice as we all assume he was.
2 hours later, poor bloke, he was green. I got up, I felt terrible. I said, "Here, what's the matter with you?" He said, "What do you think?" He said, "What do you think?" I said, "Oh, you ain't too well, are you?" He said, 3 days later, this is the first week of July, by the way, folks. About 3-4 days later, we must have got there around the 30th of June. Anyway, what a great ending. Steve got rid of his hangover. I think it must have been the day he got rid of his hangover. He gets a phone call from the wife. "I'm having it. OK, I'll be right there." Off he hops to the airport, gets on a plane, and it was July the 6th, actually, and not a lot of people know that, but Lauren, his very first daughter, he's got 3 daughters now, and she was born, I don't know what time in the day.
Yeah, Lauren Harris, who is a musician too. I saw her support Iron Maiden in Twickenham in London, and it was just really funny because like the title was like the calm before the storm. And she came out in these really skinny leather trousers.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I felt really wrong looking at her. Because I was like, she's attractive.
Yeah.
It's like, it's Steve's daughter. It's fucking weird, you know?
Yeah.
It's really odd. Like, it's a kid of this guy, you know? I was just not into it. I couldn't even, the music was not bad, whatever, but I was like, this is weird.
But he got there all right, and he was at the burp, and of course he's not looked back ever since. Nevertheless, yes, Stranger in a Strange Land. I will mention this because that girl and Juanita, which are on the B side of this,
We liked Juanita, right?
Yeah.
I'm never coming back, Juanita.
were actually songs that we recorded, with me and Adrian, just playing them on their own. Now, not a lot of people know that. But we did. The rest of the lazy gits in the band, they couldn't be bothered to learn Boxer's song. So we went in there and recorded it ourselves. They said, Harry goes, "No, I don't know this." I said, "Well, go and learn it." He said, "Well, no, I want you to record it, then I'll learn it." I said, "No, that's a bit silly, isn't it?" He said, "No, go on. You get your gim butts in there, the pair of you. You know the song. You do it." So we did. And it turned out pretty good, didn't it?
So it was just those two guys, right? Right in the
Okay.
song. That's kind of cool, really cool.
So those 3 songs were done like that. Pretty great. We could do the...
But it's also cool that Steve is like, yeah, go on, fuck it, I'll do. You know?
Oh, I've got me own little corner in the rainbow. No, I've got me own mushy piece.
Now, last time we listened to the sheriff of Huddersfield, who is their manager.
Yeah.
So he moved to LA. So the Rainbow Bar and Grill, the famous rock, he's got his own little seat and all that shit, whatever.
Yeah.
So they're making fun of him for that. You know?
Pizza and all that stuff. Good. Dear old Keith Wilford, God bless him. He used to have to record all the old test matches and rugby games and send them, Federal Express them, overnight to Rod.
Yeah, he's a big cricket fan.
Wow,
and rugby fan.
man.
I have to like get it in. That's crazy. Fucking cricket, though. Who the fuck's taping cricket? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
How
like-
long would it take to
I
get?
know. It's ridiculous. Like, yeah.
Because he needed to keep up with it, you know, so it was real serious for him out there.
This was safe back then too. Like no social media and that. So yeah.
No. That's a lot, doesn't it? Again, fucking test matches flown in. What the
So
fuck?
how many hours is the game? Like
Yeah, just get the results, you know what I mean? Yeah.
We had this song that Adrian had written, that we had recorded on the Somewhere in Time album at that period of time. And we thought, well, come on then, let's put some words to this song, because we didn't actually have any words. So, as it transpires, we decided to write a song about Rod, and we called it, there's a bit in the middle, innit, where Roddy goes, Bruce actually goes, "Oh, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rodney, and I'm immensely strong. I can lift 5 nappies on 10 to shovel." And it goes on. Right? Well, in that section, there's...
So I like when he's from London and they're making fun of northern guys like from
Yeah.
Huddersfield, like, you know, like, ooh.
It's the little spot where Bruce had to do that narrative bit, and he basically ad-libbed it. He had some notes, but he really just kind of blew through it, and it came out perfectly when at the end of that sort of little solo section where Bruce does that little part. And so when he did it, we were absolutely creased up. We could not believe it. We just started laughing. And Martin Birch, Martin Joe, the governor, or the.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. Like, because after all the years of listening to like Rod's interviews and things like that,
Yeah.
and then for him to be like in real life, they know him very well. Like, I can do this. It's fucking brilliant. I love it.
Birch, and all them good name and ting we give him over the years, he couldn't stop laughing. All the knobs were all getting all bashed out of place, and everyone was screaming and laughing and riotous. And that's how we came to sort of formulate the Sheriff of Huddersfield. Whatever you do, don't let Rod know there's a third track on this single, and keep it hidden from him, and don't let him hear anything until you've pressed it, cut the single, and it's all or cut it and pressed it, and it's all ready to go.
All right, there we go. So that's all the all the B-sides that we've listened to. There's still a few parts, but we'll do those in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, like I said, I haven't had time to plan anything or get anything ready. So just listening to Nicko talk bollocks and make some funny jokes is been good.
Why not, man?
Yeah, guys, I love listening to those Nicko things. It's just, I wish he went more into the stories though. Like, I just want to hear all those drinking stories and things like that. Yeah, it's just, it'll be great. They just come out with a new book again, but it's not even like, guys, Paul Diano's book is way too like, I banged this girl, I did that. It's like, all right, whatever. Yeah. I don't really care about that, but I want, the drinking stories are fun and all that. I really love to hear that. Anyway, all right, guys. So email us at listen@ironmaidenbaby@gmail.com and Patreon /listen@ironmaidenbaby. Thank you very much for the Patreons. It's $1 a month. Helps support the channel and keeps the Iron Maiden admin from blocking everything that we do. But this one should be okay though. Maybe you can listen to this on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll be back. I'm having surgery on Monday, so maybe next week off, and we'll keep you updated, guys. So just wait for the pod. It's going to drop for Patreon. I'll post a little thing on there when it's going to happen. But just bear with me a bit, mate. All right,
it's all good, man.
I'm dying. Catch you next time.
Take it easy, guys.